allow me to introduce you to the characters of the story. On the stage, that's Big Sean. He's not important, but the kid in the Giants hat, that's my brother. And here's my refrigerator. If you made the fridge, you're important to me. That's my girlfriend at Carnival for Kids. And that's my sister, superimposed with Taylor Swift. T-Swizzy's my girl. And finally, that's my family. We were really happy, mostly because the Giants won the World Series. But it wasn't always that way.
Still marching, still evolving, still revolving around, don't stop till we sovereign.
And that's me, chilling like always, probably partaking in my favorite pastime, pretending to do work. But the story isn't about that. It's about a July evening over 15 years ago. It used to be a simple life. Mom worked, Dad worked, 2 young boys, that one's me, that one's my brother, who both went to private Christian school. My memory of my mom is spraying that static can on her leggings so her skirts wouldn't stick to them. It smelled awful, but what could I do? My memory of my dad was him picking me and my brother up from the babysitter. He would either make us really happy by taking us to the Burger King drive-thru,
shut up and listen to my order,
or by trying to heat up some concoction that my mom had cooked up in Tupperware earlier in the day. A very telling moment of my childhood came when I tried out for a beauty pageant called Fiesta King. The one question I was asked was, name one thing you like to do with your parents. It was like the judge had asked me, what are the origins of the universe? I was stumped. I replied honestly and directly, like any 6-year-old should. Nothing. On one hand, the incident is hilarious, but there was some truth to that answer. Nothing. Despite making a nice salary, my mom loved to have garage sales. One July evening, about 15 years ago, she was in the process of moving a mirror inside the house. Unfortunately, the glass slipped out and struck her leg, rupturing a tendon that connects the foot to the shin. After many hospital visits, emergency surgeries, and rehab treatments, we realized her and Crutches were going to be best friends for a long time. In fact, to this day, she has never walked the same. Needless to say, she couldn't continue her job, so she had to stay at home with her restless 2 young boys. With all the time in the world, my mom could literally do anything. She decided to get involved at my new public school. She volunteered in my classroom, became the PTC president, and even made the school's yearbook before the use of computers. Finally, she also initiated a program at my church. On Friday evenings, our church's parish would open its doors to feed a hot meal to anyone who wanted one. Before we knew it, we were serving over 200 hot meals every week, and our family had to directly shoulder some of the responsibilities. I learned how to cook, scrub a huge pot, babysit children who spoke a different language, interact and politely serve people very different from me, and learn how to vacuum, mop, and take out the garbage. Little did I know that this service experience would shape the rest of my life. The seed of social justice had been planted. In college, I took this idea of involvement in social justice and ran with it. Literally. I expanded an event called the Run for Hunger, tripled its participation, and raised nearly $500 for local and national hunger. Also, I organized the largest Saturday of service in the school's history during this year's Weekend of Welcome. Take a look at how many people showed up. And to have you truly understand everything I do and who I am now, I decided to give you a tour of my room. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a huge Giants fan. I love my Gales. Jack Black is hilarious to me, and yes, I am a Raiders fan. Here's a collection of my memories, including way in the corner over there, my broken ankle freshman year, some Sosa events, high school memories, and a trip to San Francisco. Don't look at my ATM code on that post-it note, please. And here's some of my posters. This was a run I did in August to raise money for local Special Olympics. And this is a poster that reads, "Change yourself and the world will change with you," by Gandhi. Here's great rapper Biggie Smalls. I have him on the right side on the East Coast and Tupac over there on the left on the West Coast. Some of my others include protests at the 1968 Summer Olympics, Muhammad Ali's 1-minute knockout of Sonny Liston, and the Beatles at Abbey Road. Here's some of the mess of the paperwork that I feel like I deal with constantly. There's an application to a grad school, write-ups from silly residents, transcripts, letter of recommendation, classic sunglasses. Oh yeah, I write for the Collegian in my spare time. There's a nasty to-do list, and the list goes on and on. near and distant future, I want the most hands-on interaction with the inner city population as possible, so I want to be a math teacher in high school. In a perfect world, I'll also be a basketball coach, and I'll probably end up like Lute Olson, arguing with the referees until I have white hair. And I'll love my job, because I'll be making change the only way I know how, one person at a time.
Goes off when a pro goes on. It has been that way since back before college. Just geo, no longer logic. Still marching, still evolving.